Welcome to another edition of the Let's Be Frank show. My name is Frank Mentone, and I'm the publisher of the Totucket Times. My guest this evening is Jane Lano. She's the Home Energy Solution Program Manager for United Illuminating Company. Illuminating. We'll call it UI because I just can't say illuminating. And she's here tonight to talk about the Clean Energy Community Program in North Branford. Welcome aboard.
Thank you for having me, Frank.
Well, it's what I do. We try to do these shows so we can inform our residents as to what's going on in town and hopefully things that can help them out. So,
absolutely.
Let's briefly, or take all the time you want, we got a half an hour, explain exactly what the program is.
So our Clean Energy Communities campaign is running in North Branford from now, Earth Day, the 22nd, until the end of September. And so what that means for North Branford residents is they have an opportunity to earn points for the community, to earn a $5,000 Bright Idea grant, which you can reinvest into an energy project in the town. So it's a really great opportunity.
Okay, so how does that work? How do they get this certain, when they sign up, the town gets
points. So how it works is there's two pieces. There's the energy efficiency piece and there's the renewable energy piece. So the energy efficiency piece is one of my roles at UI. As you mentioned earlier, I run the Home Energy Solutions program. So that's a really easy way for every resident to start. And it's really easy to sign up. It is a $75 or $99 copay depending on how you heat your home. And we have contractors that are authorized by the utility company. They come in, Frank, they do everything. They do a blower door test, they find where your house is leaking. If you have a duct system, like for central air or a furnace, they seal that up to make sure you're not sending your conditioned air into your basement kind of thing. They change light bulbs, but the most important thing that they do is they give you recommendations at the end of the visit on what you can do to improve your home and make it even more energy efficient.
Okay, so there's also, if you look at the Totucket Times, there's an ad explaining this. Mm-hmm. So if you don't have the TV in front of you and you want to do this, there's an ad. And Jane is also going to give us some information as the show goes on as to how you can get on their website. Yes. to do the same thing. But if you forget that, then it's easier to, if it's easier to look at the Totucket Times and your website.
Yep.
Is in the ad. So, okay, I want to sign up. I decided this is a great idea. My wife's been driving me nuts for years because we have to save some money on our electric. What's my first step?
So the first step is whichever you're more comfortable with, online or a phone call. So if you go online, our website is www.energizect.com. Energize Connecticut is the state's branding of all of our energy efficiency and clean energy products. So you can go there to sign up, or we have an energy hotline, and that phone number is 1-877-WISE-USE. And like you mentioned, all of that is in the ad too. Okay. So.
And if you're sitting in front of your television, you can write that down. Yes. This is going to air probably for 3 or 4 weeks because many of you know I try to tape every 2 weeks, but I coach baseball. I say it all the time because it's one of the proudest things I do. And so sometimes I skip a show, and this would be a perfect opportunity to skip one, so this will be on for a little longer. Now, your position is with the UI, and I know some of the people who watch this show are on Wallingford Electric. So are you just for UI customers, or do you do this for anyone?
So Wallingford Electric also has a very similar program, and the contractors that are supporting North Branford work in both programs, so it's seamless to the consumers. So the two contractors that we selected, Competitive Resources and then also Energy Resources Group, or local. Energy Resources Group is right here in town, and Competitive Resources is in Wallingford. So they're local to the community, and for every sign up that they get, they're actually donating $25 back per visit to your community fund.
Okay, and I should point out that this is something that is being sanctioned by the town. I believe that flyers went out in the backpacks for the children, if I'm correct.
Yes.
And you're working with both the superintendent of schools and the town manager. And this has been approved of by the town council. So it's something that the town is saying, go out and do. Pricing, again, I don't remember what the ad said, and if I read it before I came in, I probably wouldn't remember it again. I know it's $99 for one type of heat and $75, but I don't remember which types either was.
So it's $99 for oil or propane heated customers and $75 for gas or electric. But effective July 1st, we're switching to $99 for everyone. And I do want to add that it's slightly different for the Wallingford electric customers. It's free of charge to them unless they're a Southern Connecticut gas customer, then we do the $75 copay.
Okay. And that you'll all find out if, again, you're watching the show.
And that's all in the ad, too.
Okay. I should have read that ad. I mean, I put it in the paper. It would have been nice if I had read it. Okay, so I call, I go online, I do whatever I have to do. I want you guys. Now you're coming to my house. How long does the now who comes to my house? Is it a contractor or is it people from UI First?
It's one of our contractors,
Okay.
and when they come to your door, they actually have a badge, just like I have my UI badge. They have a yellow contractor badge that shows that they're with our program. They've been background checked. They introduce themselves. The visit takes anywhere from 2 to 6 hours, depending on the size of your home. They'll pre-screen you on the phone, and if you have a really large home and they think it's going to take longer than a couple of hours, they'll let you know so you can plan for that.
Okay, so you get a 2 to 6 hour evaluation
Of
for
your
$75 or $99.
It's pretty incredible.
Okay, so what are they looking at?
So the first thing, safety first. The very first thing they're going to do is a walkthrough of your home with you and identify any things that could prevent the job from going forward. So asbestos, mold, things like that. Make sure there's no safety hazards. Then they're going to check all of your heating equipment. They're going to check for carbon monoxide leaks, gas leaks. They're going to make sure that when they tighten up your home and help save you energy, they're not increasing the amount of toxins in your air. So the first thing they do is they make sure that the home is safe before they proceed. And once they do that, that's when they hook up the blower door test. So the blower door depressurizes the home. It blows so much air out that if you try to open your door, you have to really yank it closed. So what that does is it really exacerbates the leaks, so the technician can walk around and feel where all the air is leaving. And a lot of times the homeowner is very engaged in this because you have a good sense of where your home's uncomfortable and where you're losing the most energy.
So the homeowner is there.
They are.
Because I was going to say, here's the key, let me get out of here and get out of your way. I have to stay there when they're
You do, yes.
sucking the air out of my house and doing things like that.
And it's a learning process. It's very engaging. They walk around with you. They educate you. They teach you tips and tricks that you can save even more. So it's really important for you to be home and be a part of the process.
So I asked that question. Look, I asked that question. I wasn't even looking. Do I need to be home the whole time? I didn't even look at that question. I tell you, it's automatic. All right, so they're doing this thing for all these hours, and then what happens?
So then they sit down and they have a kitchen table wrap up with you. And we talked about the blower door and sealing up for air leaks. They also do the same thing with your duct system if you have one. And then they change out your lighting. So they can change.
Now, they don't do this all in the 6 hours.
Oh,
They
they
just
do.
give you the evaluation?
Nope, they do it all while they're there.
Okay.
So what they do when they change out your light bulbs is they look for incandescent light bulbs, which are being phased out over time. And are you familiar with the compact fluorescent light bulbs, the kind of curly Q?
I hate those things.
Yeah, they take kind of a long time to warm up. The lifetime on them isn't great. So one of the things we're shifting to is LED technology. So this is an LED light bulb, and it looks very similar to your traditional incandescent, and it's just a screw-in light bulb. So this is one of the options that you'll be given. Starting on Friday, actually, the 25th of April, we'll be doing 4 free LEDs per home, and you have the option to buy them at an additional cost if you would like to install more than the 4.
Okay, so you get these kind of light bulbs. Now, is this the only kind of light bulb they have?
They still have the, the curly Q CFLs if you want those, but the benefit of these, again, is the instant on. They last up to 10 years. They're a warmer light, and customers have been very pleased with them so far.
Because those curly Qs, even when they heat up, they don't seem to throw as much light. I don't know if they do. It might be just my eyes.
It depends on the bulb. Actually, one of the things the lighting industry is looking at is shifting to almost a nutrition facts label on lighting products, and they're starting to shift the industry to think about lumens, how much light that the bulb puts out versus wattage, which is how we've always classified light bulbs.
Now, they don't have the sexy light bulbs, I call them. You know, when you got the fan lights and stuff, I mean, you put those curly Q light bulbs in your fan light, and it really,
Yeah.
looks terrible.
We have all different styles of the LEDs. So
Oh,
this
okay.
is this is an A line. It's compatible with most
Right.
fixtures, but we also have candelabra types, globe types, even down lights if you have a recessed can.
Because I can never find those in the regular stores when I go. I just find these and those ugly curly Q things again. I
They
hate
do
it. Just-
they do have them in some of the larger retailers, and Energize Connecticut, UI and CLMP, we do help with the cost of those, and we have an instant incentive. So, for example, a 40-watt CFL right now you could get at Home Depot for under $4.
Okay. That'll work. So I got my light bulbs, and they're telling me what else. They don't tell you, like, that you need insulation.
Insulation.
Do they do that?
So they do. So after they've finished installing everything, they sit down at your kitchen table and they give you a customized report, and that report shows you the best bang for your buck. What should you do today that's going to save you the most money? And a lot of times that is insulation. And so after they show you, make the recommendations and show you how much it will save, they go over all of the rebates and financing options that are available.
Okay. Now, okay, they come in and they tell me I need insulation in 18 of my windows and the roof and whatever. Do they have people that do that? Can I get do they give me a sheet that says you need this, this, and this, and I can call and price vendors, or do they just say, okay, we got your $99, we get to do it?
That's a fantastic question.
I know.
So it's
That's why I asked it. I thought it was a good one myself.
It's the customer's choice. The customer, it's their prerogative. If they want to hire a different contractor, they can absolutely do that. But both of the contractors that are working in North Branford have partners that they can sub the work out to. So they can actually facilitate you getting the quote, having the installation installed, and make it easier for you if you're not interested in shopping around.
So what are the things that they're looking for other than the air coming out of my house, and they're looking for these nice light bulbs that are going to save me money?
So they're looking for, again, in the beginning, they're looking for health and safety, and then they're also evaluating your mechanicals. So they'll take a look at your furnace, your air conditioner if you have it, your appliances. We do have appliance replacement rebates for refrigerators, clothes washers, dehumidifiers, and freezers. So they'll take a look at your appliances. And that's pretty much it. They're looking at the mechanicals of the home and the building envelope, and they're just trying to educate you as the homeowner. What is the most cost-effective thing you can do today? How are you going to get the most bang for your buck if you decide to spend some money on an energy project in your home?
So do they give me, like, okay, this is what you need. You need X, A, B, C, and D, and it's going to cost you $5,000.
Yes.
And then do they tell me how much money I should save on my electric bill?
Exactly. They show you how much it will cost, your estimated annual savings, and then if you were interested in one of the financing products, they can also show you your average monthly payment on your electric bill if you decided to do financing.
And it's also not 100% about the savings, which, although we all want savings, but it's also about saving energy and being all.
And comfort. One of the things that's often overlooked is comfort. If you have a really drafty home, tightening it up so there's not a lot of air leaks makes your home so much more comfortable to be in. So it's part energy, it's good for the earth, but it's also the comfort.
Blankets, I don't need there's no draft coming through the door. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so the contractors come in, they do the light bulb stuff while they're there.
Yep.
The other stuff, obviously, they're not going to put insulation in my house.
Right, that would be a follow-up appointment.
Okay, and then who checks? I'm always skeptical. I shouldn't say that. That's a terrible thing when people come and do work in my house, because I'm not, for lack of a better word, I'm stupid when it comes to that stuff. So they can tell me anything. Yeah, you need this, and we're using the 18 grade this, and you're going to say, who checks that to make sure that, the work is done properly, and, is there an inspection? Does the town inspect it after it's done?
So The town is involved on any mechanical equipment where you need to pull a permit, so they would do the inspection there. And our role is on the front end when we're hiring these contractors, it's a competitive bid, and so they have to have various levels of insurance, certifications, licenses. And then all of the technicians, the folks that will actually be in your home, they have certification cards and background checks. So on the front end, we're making sure that the people that we're sending into your home are qualified to do the work. And then on the back end, what we do is we send an inspector out to check their work. We have a third-party engineering firm that does all of our inspections, and they inspect 5 to 10% of any of the rebates that come through. And they also do spot inspections. So there's a chance that you could sign up for your home energy solutions, and an inspector from UI could be on the job with you the whole time as well.
All right. Now, they come in and they tell me I need this and that, and I say, thanks a lot, go away. I mean, there's no obligation for somebody who gets this done, except for the obligation to pay them the fee.
Exactly. The only obligation is to pay the copay at the time of the visit, but all of the rebates have a 120-day window. So the incentive for you, if you want to do insulation, is to do it now so you can get that rebate.
Right.
And for insulation right now, we're paying up to half the cost of the project, so it's a very, very sizable rebate.
Now, this is coming from grants from the UI company?
So it comes from the Energy Efficiency Fund, and there's a little $3 million charge on electric bills, and it goes into what's called the Connecticut Energy Efficiency Fund, which is one of the partners of Energize Connecticut. So every consumer pays in. So you've been paying in as long as you've paid your electric bill. We started collections back in 1998. So you've already paid into this fund. So it's in your best interest to access the programs
So I've
to
already
get your
paid
money's
this and you
worth.
guys never told me?
I'm telling you
Was
now.
that a sneak? You snuck that in, or well, no wonder. Okay, so we're taking care of all that. Tell them again. We have more questions, but tell them again. I like to do it 2 or 3 times because I know we're having trouble with graphics. So I don't know what's up on the screen because, quite frankly, right now I can't even see a screen. So tell them again how, besides going to the Totucket Times and looking at the ad, which I believe is on page 5, but I'm guessing here. It's not a big paper, so those of you who know, you'll be able to find it. And tell them again how they can sign up for this, how they can set up an appointment and things like
Absolutely. So you can sign up on our website on www.energizect.com, or you can call our 1-877 number, which is 1-877-WISE-USE. So if you don't mind, Frank, I would love to take this opportunity to talk to the residents a little bit about the Clean Energy Communities program. So we've spent some time talking about the Home Energy Solutions program, which is part of it, but the Clean Energy Communities program spans the whole town, and like I mentioned earlier, the vendors are donating money back into your community fund. So one of the promotions that we're running through September are linked to this, and the idea is to get the town to get enough points to have a Bright Ideas grant. You're currently very close to earning your $5,000 Bright Ideas grant, but that would be a really great opportunity for the town to do some kind of energy efficiency project and maybe even perhaps get students at the high school involved or learn a little bit more about energy efficiency. So simultaneously with our energy efficiency piece, we also have renewable energy piece. So North Branford is a Connecticut Solar Challenge partner, so we'll also be having a solar vendor advertising solar in town for residents that, you know, have roofs that are appropriately structured for that, and they'll simultaneously earn points under the solar program to perhaps earn free solar panels for the town. So that's another really cool opportunity.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't mind. I mean, you spend $10,000 to be on this show. You might as well talk about whatever you want. I'm only kidding. Don't start writing letters if I'm getting $10,000 for people to be on the show. How much? I do this. Depending on how bad, obviously, my house is, how much can a person see in their savings?
So our average homeowner sees about $200 a year in savings, sometimes closer to $300, but that's easily doubled if you do something like attic insulation or basement insulation.
Okay. And I don't know if this is your cup of tea, but it just things pop into my head while I'm doing this, and I just usually say what pops into my head. And explain a little bit about solar panels and that, if you can. I don't know if that's in your jurisdiction or your, but I've always been interested, but I never knew how it worked.
So solar panels take sunlight energy and they convert it into electrical energy so that you can then use it in your home to power your appliances. So a solar panel system consists of the panels that are on the roof. They're called PV, photovoltaic panels, and then also an inverter to convert the electricity into AC electricity that we use in our homes. And so solar panels in Connecticut have really taken off in the past couple of years. Previously, we had what was called the Clean Energy Fund, and they were repurposed into what kind of a green bank back in 2011. So now they're the Clean Energy Finance and Investment Authority, and we have some really neat solar programs here in Connecticut that are not just your typical rebate program, but we have a really great solar lease program. So you don't have to stomach the cost of paying for the panels up front. You can lease them and, essentially kind of fix your monthly costs by just having a lease payment that you pay to the solar company. So there's all sorts of flexible options for any budget.
Now, is my house warmer with solar paneling, or?
No, it doesn't typically have
You have
really
to
any
use-
effect.
Okay. What does it have an effect on?
Just on your electricity use.
Oh, okay.
So you're offsetting your electricity use and, driving your electric bill down.
Okay. All right. What? Again, I mentioned I'm always skeptical. What does the UI get out of this?
Happy customers.
Oh my God.
No, it's
Okay.
it's one of the ways that we can reach our customers and engage with our customers. Electric bills have been very high in Connecticut for years and years and years. We're one of the highest electricity rates in the continental U.S. And so we really want to help our customers have tools to manage their electric bill. And UI is not in the business of generation anymore. We were deregulated back in the late 90s and about early 2000s. We became deregulated from our transmission and distribution as well as our generation. So we don't actually make power anymore. We just maintain the lines and the infrastructure to deliver the power to you. So it is a little bit counterintuitive. I get the question sometimes, you're the power company, why do you want me to save on my bill? And the answer is because we're not making our money off of selling power to you anymore. We're really a service provider. So it helps us to help you manage your bill and give you tools to do that.
So who makes the power? Where does that come from?
So the power comes from generators, the same generators as before in some cases, but they're owned by parties that are no longer UI. So you can actually pick your supplier on your bill. You can either use the default rate that UI gets, or you can shop around. And all of those rates are on energizect.com, and you can shop around for the best deal, but I would just warn you to make sure that you're not picking a variable rate, and if you are, that you're checking on it periodically so that your bills don't, skyrocket or anything like that.
Okay. So we're doing this, number one, for savings of money. We're doing it
Correct.
for the
Comfort in our
comfort.
homes. Mm-hmm.
We're doing it where the town can get a brief grant, a small grant to help save some money in the town, which maybe saves you a few dollars in taxes, or maybe it doesn't save you any money in taxes, but the town then can operate much more efficiently and serve the community better. What else are we doing it for? Did I get them all?
For environmental reasons,
That
too.
was the one.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of that word. I was stumbling over there. So there's the reasons for doing it. You got about 3 minutes if you want. Time goes by. I have to say that most of the times when I do this show, I know who my guest is. I met Jane about 5 minutes before the. We actually got to talk for a few more minutes because we had a few technical problems, but so this is good because we went pretty well. So if you have a few more things you want to let us know, and I apologize to the lady who keeps calling me to tell me that this tablecloth keeps getting crooked. I move my hands around. They have suggested we tape it down, but I know most of you don't care, but I know one person does, and I apologize. We're going to work on that. But
You'll
go
have to
ahead.
let your stage crew know.
Yeah, I'll let my 47-person stage crew know.
No, I think that was really all that I had. I want to thank you for the time and to get the word out to the residents. I think this is a really great opportunity for the town, but also for individual homeowners as well.
Okay, so you've gotten all the information. You can go to the Totucket Times and see the ad in the paper, which will explain it. I will, from time to time, not run that big size ad, but I'll run some of the information just as a public service thing, so that if you don't, if you lost the paper, or once this show stops and we're airing another show and all of a sudden it dawns on you, boy, that was a great idea and I forgot to make the phone call. I'll run it from time to time, and you've heard the numbers that you can call. And that's our show. I hope you've enjoyed it. I thank Jane for being with us tonight. I thank our director, Alex Pachowski. And until next time, be safe, be economic, and we'll talk to you again.